All right. Welcome to Ask CY. We threw out an Insta poll for people to ask any questions at the end of last Friday's service, and we are now going to take a bit of time to answer those questions. And you better flick through the different question videos on YouTube and have a look at the questions that you're interested in. How are you feeling?
I think I'm ready.
You're ready?
Some really, really good questions got asked. Yeah.
Come on, let's get into it. So question number one, why can't I hear him?
Him obviously referring to Jesus.
I don't
God.
think him being Jesus, because we spoke about the historical Jesus last week, and I think we are in agreement that people don't hear the historical man Jesus these days because he was 2,000 years ago.
True.
So if we assume that means God,
God.
why can't I hear God? What do you reckon?
I don't think there's one answer to this. Like, there's a lot of different answers, and there's a lot of different reasons why you probably can't hear him. Maybe one of them is maybe you're not very familiar with what God says or how God speaks through a myriad different ways. Maybe through different people, or through the Bible, or even through like a song or something like that. So maybe one of the reasons that you can't hear him is because you're not familiar with his voice.
That's true. And we should probably be clear, when people talk about hearing God and hearing from him and God putting something in the heart and that kind of thing, it's generally not an actual audible hearing where you're hearing a voice. In a rare occasion, I've heard of people actually hearing someone like with their ears, but generally it's more of a thing on your conscience, a thing in your mind, maybe a thought that you weren't thinking that sort of came into your mind, and that kind of is how it looks.
True.
I heard it once said, actually, a guy, Rick Warren, he once said that when you're praying, trying to hear from God maybe because you're praying, if the timing's not right, then I think he had them all rhyming. It was like, then he says slow, God says slow. And if the prayer is not right, then he says no. And if maybe you are not right, then he says grow. But if the prayer and the timing are right, then he says go, and he answers yes. So sometimes when we're praying for things, for instance, the answer is not like I'm not getting an answer, or because I'm not getting exactly what I asked for. It mightn't mean that God isn't speaking to you, but maybe the answer is not yes. Maybe the answer is you need to grow, or not right now, or another option. Maybe it is no.
Awesome. So I think one thing that you can do is simply ask. Maybe spend some time praying, not asking for anything, but not asking for stuff, but actually just asking God, I want to hear you. Maybe you can give that a go and see what happens, and let us know if you actually get to hear God. We'd love to know. We'd love to hear what you're hearing from God and how that works.
Well said.